Why United Way? My answer to why United Way has changed and evolved as I travel along this road called life. I've been involved in one capacity or another with many United Way Elgin Middlesex programs and have helped many friends and employees to find supports and resources that they need through our partner agencies. My journey with United Way and my first why dates way back to my own childhood. As a 14-year-old, I found myself teetering warily between good and bad choices, often flirting with the bad ones. I was constantly angry at the world, and it was then when I needed it most that I found the Boys and Girls Club. For me, it wasn't just a building, it was space I needed. The space to meet or talk to other kids that were feeling like I did. The space to think, the space to figure out who I was, and I learned it was okay to be me. I grew to like the skin I was in, something I carry with me today. Fast forward down the road to present day, I wake up every day to a wonderful husband, a job I love, and an amazing community that I'm proud to call home, with 2 amazing kids. I feel miles away from those uncertain and strained moments of my childhood, and I often think a big role that Boys and Girls Club had making that possible. Still, a couple years back, I found myself in need of support once again, this time from my son. When my youngest was beginning the 6th grade, he started complaining of stomach pain. After months of arguments, many tears and frustrations caused by sore tummies, missed buses, and a mom perpetually late for morning meetings, everything collapsed in the most terrifying moments I've ever experienced as a mom. I received a call that Brody had been taken to emerge in an ambulance. He was throwing up blood. Countless tests, scans, and appointment later, Brody's dad and I found ourselves trying to figure out the next steps, desperately trying to decide whether not to embark in more invasive tests. And it was then when a young intern suggested that Brody's psychological symptoms were likely the result of anxiety. So we veered down a different path, one of mindfulness and holistic healing. Brody received supports from a handful of local agencies that helped him develop strategies to cope with the anxiety and to find peace in his loud, distressed 14-year-old mind. However, just before Christmas, the road for Brody became impassable. He stopped being able to cope and had little success finding any calm in his thoughts. He couldn't get on the bus. He started to express exhaustions and an all-encompassing hopelessness of every feeling better. You can imagine how I felt as a mom. Our search for help continued, and luckily, because of the work I do connecting folks with United Way programs and services, navigating this system was fairly comfortable for me. I had all the tools I needed to find help for my kiddo. However, as the navigating and searching continued, what I discovered was many gaps in services in our community. Brody was almost 14 and was aging out of many programs and still too young for others. And where we live in Elgin County, it meant we could only access services in Elgin County. And while the county has some amazing new programs in development, many of them didn't have funding or resources they needed to be up and running quite yet. We were able to find some helpful supports for Brody, but we are still on numerous infuriating waiting lists. As a mother and one who understands intimately the system of social and mental supports in our community, the experiences forces me to reflect on what the journey would be like for so many parents who aren't as fortunate as we are. So today, my why is not about programs United Way already funds, but about the ongoing and collaborative work United Way does to fill gaps in social services. In doing so, kids like Brody will have the timely and necessary supports to learn to cope, to learn how to navigate their sometimes unpredictable, tired, and beautiful minds. My why is all about community advocacy, about the programs we will fund with your support so that Brody and all kids have a smoother road to reach their full potential. Thank you.